What happens when two NBA legends collide in a battle of pride, legacy, and sheer willpower? Could a rivalry that started on the court turn into one of the most personal feuds in basketball history? Stick around as we unpack the unforgettable saga of Paul Pierce versus LeBron James, right here on Sports Frenzy TV. Hello again, Hoops fans! Let's dive into one of the greatest and most intense rivalries in NBA history, Paul Pierce versus LeBron James. This is more than just a story about basketball. It's about competition, respect, and two players who defined their era in their own ways. Their on-court battles and off-court drama created moments that are still talked about today. Let's set the stage. When we talk about NBA legends, Paul Pierce and LeBron James are names that come up again and again. Pierce was the cornerstone of the Boston Celtics for much of his career. Known for his scoring, clutch performances, and leadership, he was one of the best forwards of his time. At his peak, Pierce led the Celtics to dominate the Eastern Conference. However, this dominance didn't last forever, and one of the biggest reasons was the arrival of LeBron James. LeBron entered the league in 2003 as one of the most hyped players in NBA history. People were calling him the chosen one before he even played an NBA game, and the comparisons to Michael Jordan were already starting. Naturally, this kind of attention put a target on his back. For veterans like Pierce, who had spent years building their careers, LeBron represented both a threat and a challenge. The stage was set for a rivalry that would define an era. In the early 2000s, Pierce had just brought the Celtics back to relevance. He was their offensive anchor, and Boston was finally making playoff runs again. Around the same time, LeBron was starting to take over the league. Their first encounters were competitive, but it wasn't until the mid-2000s that things really started to heat up. One of the early sparks in their rivalry came in 2004 during a preseason game. Now, preseason games aren't usually very memorable, but this one was different. Pierce and LeBron went at it on the court, with Pierce showcasing his scoring ability and LeBron showing why he was the future of the league. The intensity escalated when Pierce spat in the direction of the Cavaliers bench, a move that took the tension to a new level. While this moment didn't lead to an immediate fallout, it set the tone for what would come in the following years. Fast forward to 2007, and LeBron had solidified his status as one of the best players in the league. He single-handedly carried the Cavaliers to the NBA Finals, but his lack of a strong supporting cast made it impossible for him to win a championship. Meanwhile, the Celtics were reloading in a big way. That off-season, Boston formed the new Big Three by pairing Pierce with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. This was a game-changer. Suddenly, the Celtics were title contenders again, and their rivalry with LeBron's Cavaliers was about to hit another level. When these two teams met in the 2008 playoffs, it was nothing short of epic. Every game was a battle, and the intensity was off the charts. One iconic moment came when Pierce physically held LeBron during a play, which led to LeBron's mother, Gloria James, standing up and protesting. LeBron's calm response, asking her to sit down, became one of the most talked about moments of that series. It was a perfect example of how personal this rivalry had become. Game 7 of that series is still remembered as one of the best playoff games in NBA history. Pierce and LeBron went head-to-head, trading clutch baskets in a duel for the ages. In the end, the Celtics came out on top, advancing to the next round and eventually winning the championship that year. For Pierce, this was a career-defining moment. For LeBron, it was another reminder that he needed more help if he was going to win a title. The rivalry didn't cool down after that. In fact, it only grew. By 2010, LeBron's Cavaliers were once again facing Pierce's Celtics in the playoffs. This time, Doc Rivers, the Celtics coach, came up with a defensive strategy that completely neutralized LeBron. While Pierce's scoring had dipped, his defense was crucial. The Celtics eliminated Cleveland, and LeBron left the court visibly frustrated. This loss led to one of the most controversial decisions in NBA history, LeBron leaving Cleveland to join the Miami Heat. When LeBron formed his own Big Three in Miami with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, The rivalry with Boston became even more intense. In the 2011 playoffs, Pierce and the Celtics once again stood in LeBron's way. Pierce delivered a signature performance, hitting clutch shots and taunting LeBron during Boston's victories. But in 2012, LeBron finally broke through. He delivered one of the greatest performances of his career in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, scoring 45 points to keep the Heat alive. Miami went on to win Game 7, and LeBron finally claimed his first championship later that season. As LeBron continued to cement his legacy, Pierce's career began to wind down. He left the Celtics in 2013 and spent the last few years of his career bouncing around different teams. Despite this, he couldn't resist taking shots at LeBron in interviews. Pierce often downplayed LeBron's accomplishments, suggesting that their rivalry might have gone differently if they had played in the same era. At one point, he claimed that his battles with LeBron had influenced LeBron's decision to leave Cleveland for Miami. While this was likely an exaggeration, it kept their rivalry alive in the media. One particularly awkward moment came during Pierce's jersey retirement ceremony. The Celtics were playing LeBron's Cavaliers, and instead of it being a celebratory night for Boston, LeBron's team crushed the Celtics. LeBron even took the opportunity to joke with his teammates during the game, adding insult to injury. Despite all the trash talk, there's mutual respect between these two legends. LeBron has called Pierce one of the toughest players he ever faced, and Pierce has acknowledged that LeBron pushed him to be better. The rivalry is a testament to the competitive spirit of the NBA and a reminder of what makes this league so special. But what makes this rivalry so fascinating is how personal it felt. Unlike other rivalries that are purely about basketball, Pierce and LeBron's battles were layered with emotion, pride, and even a bit of bitterness. Pierce once refused to let his teammates wear LeBron's signature shoes, a petty but telling move that showed how deeply he felt about their rivalry. On the flip side, LeBron rarely let Pierce's comments get under his skin, choosing instead to let his game do the talking. As time passed, the rivalry has softened, but the memories remain. Pierce has transitioned into a role as an NBA analyst, where he continues to share his opinions on LeBron and other players. Meanwhile, LeBron is still going strong, chasing more championships and adding to his legacy. Even in retirement, Pierce hasn't completely let go of their rivalry, but has also shown moments of reflection, admitting that LeBron was his greatest opponent. This rivalry wasn't just about who was better on the court. It was about two players who represented different eras and styles of basketball. Pierce embodied the old-school toughness and grit of the early 2000s, while LeBron brought a new level of athleticism and versatility to the game. Their clashes were more than just games. They were battles for legacy, pride, and respect. So, what about you? Are you Team Pierce or Team LeBron? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into NBA history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.